with this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
And we welcome you back to Gulfport, Mississippi. Day 4 of the Southwestern Athletic Conference Softball Tournament. 2022 edition. We started with 8. Now we're down to 3. And after this game, we'll be down to 2. Bama State, Jackson State. Winner of this game will take on Alabama State later. Glad you can join us here on the SWAC Digital Network. I'm Charles Edmond, our producer, James Crenshaw, our statistician, Demetrius House. Jackson State, a team that lost their first game playing from the loser's bracket. Jackson State lost to Texas Southern 5-0. They eliminated Grambling, they eliminated Texas Southern, and they eliminated Southern. And we are underway here as Bama State is the home team. Jackson State will bat first, and leading it off is Lauren Stewart. She's had a terrific tournament, including a home run yesterday. She fouls it off. We're underway. Bailey Greenlee on the mound for Bama State. She has pitched every pitch in this tournament. No one else for Bama State has been on the mound other than this lady right there that you're looking at, Bailey Greenlee. And a base hit right center field. Lauren Stewart all the way to the wall. She's got 2 at least. Makes the turn. Gets to third, and she is there. A triple for Stewart. And she's got power as she showed last night. And then she's got speed. That is her 5th triple in this tournament. She had 2 at least. She turned it up another notch and got to third. So leadoff triple for Stewart, who's hitting .571 coming in. And now you got the other half of this 1-2 punch with Mari Stevens, and she fouls it off. Stevens hitting .333 in the postseason, her 13th at bat, 3 runs batted in, 4 hits. Jackson State, their bats were on ice coming to Gulfport. But maybe the warm Gulf air, the warm breezes, have unthawed the bats. And if you look at it, there's a wild pitch and a runner that scores. Stewart, triple and a wild pitch in Jackson State with a 1-0 lead. Jackson State with the lead. A 2-hopper to third. The throw across, that's high. And now the runner to second, E5. So a wild pitch scored a run. An error puts Jackson State in position for a second run. A ground ball to third is just not there. High and offline. Jamaica Flowers at third. So already Jackson State's been playing from the front. Other than that first game against Texas Southern, Jackson State, 10 runs against Grambling, 8 runs against Texas Southern, had to hold on and win that one, and 12 against Southern. 30 runs for Jackson State the last 3 games after being shut out the first game of this tournament. Count is 1-1. Alexis Arredondo, 13th at bat. She's hitting .333 with 4 runs batted in. trying to bunt, takes a strike. Count is 1-2. Leadoff triple by Stewart. Wild pitch brought her in. A throwing error. And Stevens is on second. Tigers with an early lead. Foul back for Alabama State. They beat Grambling 10-2. They beat Texas Southern 8-1. And they lost in 10 innings to Prairie View 3-2. The Panthers are in the championship round. They will take on the winner of this game. Panthers have to be knocked out twice. Here's the 1-2. Dribbler towards second. The 4-3 ground out as Gardner throws out Arredondo, moving Stevens to third. And she's there with one out. Gonna bring up the catcher, Isabel Guzman. She's hitting .455, 12th at bat in this tournament. 3 RBIs, 5 hits, scored 4 runs. 1-0 Jackson State. Strike call from pitcher Bailey Greenlee. 2.14 earned run average in this tournament. She has done all the pitching, 21 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, 7 walks in this postseason. Count is 1-1 with 1 out. Jackson State with 1-0 lead. On the outside corner. The winner of this game will play Prairie View today at 2 o'clock. SWAC softball tournament is a true double elimination. So whoever wins this game plays Prairie View. If Prairie View loses today, we'll come back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Count is 1-2 to the catcher, Isabel Guzman. The right fielder, Monica Serrano, on deck. Jackson State continues their trend of starting fast, early. 1-2 the count, 1-0 Jackson State. Alabama State twice against Prairie View had 1-run leads only to let it slip late in the 7th. And then in the 10th, they had a 1-run lead. And they lost 3-2 to Prairie View. The foul down the left side. You talk about a team that's come down to their final pitch, their final out. The Lady Panthers were controlling the bracket against Bethune-Cookman. Back-to-back home runs gave them the win. And then in the 10th inning, rallied to beat Bama State. Popped up left center. Runner tags, and Jackson State with a 2-0 lead. A sac fly by Guzman. Stevens with the second run for Jackson State. 2-0 JSU, top 1. 2 out. Monica Serrano, 11th at bat, 300 here in this tournament with 3 hits, scored 3 runs, 2 runs batted in. Strike called. So Jackson State, a leadoff triple by Stewart. Wild pitch brought her home. Air got Stevens at first. Then a sac fly by Guzman scored Stevens. 2-0 Jackson State. Macy Kuppenbinder will pitch for Jackson State. Count is 1-1. These two teams met 6 times during the regular season. Eastern Division battle. Talking with both coaches, they know each other well. Bama State won 11-3. Then Jackson won 9-2. Bama State won 6-5. Those 3 games were in Montgomery. Then Jackson State at home won 6-5, 5-4. And then Bama State won 7-1. Pitch misses. Bama State head coach Todd Bradley, he expects a dogfight today. Talking with him before the game, really calm and just understands that just the little things hurt his team. And he was mentioning the fact that sometimes a loss means a learning experience, what you learn from a loss. And at this time of year, you've got to learn from it and move on because your season's on the line. Fly ball to right. Side is retired. But Jackson State with the lead as Dodd hauls it in. Jackson State 2 runs with 1 hit and error and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the first inning. The loser of this game is eliminated. They'll take on Prairie at 2 o'clock. Jackson State with an early lead. We'll be back with the bottom of the first inning here on day 4, game 1 of the SWAC softball tournament on the SWAC Digital Network.
Building champions for life didn't just happen overnight. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC, has been in the forefront in leadership and excellence in all our athletic programs. There are very few major sports halls of fame that a SWAC athlete is not a member. Hall of Fame coaches who were stewards and mentors to these elite athletes. Our tradition, our distinction, our legacy. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Welcome back to Gulfport. Jackson State off to a 2-0 lead. Buick, the official SUV of the NCAA, is a proud supporter of the SWAC and historically black colleges and universities. Jackson State 2 runs, 1 hit, and error in the first. Bama State coming to bat. As you see, Macy Kuppenbender on the mound for Jackson State, the junior from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. 1-0, her third appearance in the tournament. She has pitched 5 innings. Pitch to DeRamus, strike called. We're underway. Bottom 1, Jackson State with a 1-0 lead. DeRamus, 12th at bat, hitting .364 with 4 hits and an RBI in the postseason. Slaps it, good play at short, the throw, too late. Huckabee cut it off nicely, but just too much speed. Trying to slap it up the middle. Good play by Huckabee, gets up. It's a high throw, it's going to be a single. Going to beat it out. So Bama State with the lead off on. Going to bring up the right fielder. Jasmine Dodd, she squares the bunt, takes a strike called. Dodd hitting .455 in the postseason. 5 hits, scored 3 runs with an RBI. Bama State with the leadoff on here in the bottom of the first. Good strike call, runner going in the throw. It's too late. Stolen base for DeRamus. It's her 3rd stolen base. Check that, that's her 6th stolen base. She is 6 for 6 And for Bama State in this postseason, that's their 11th stolen base in 12 attempts. That first second baseman backed it up, and the play is there, but DeRamus to third. Zoe Keys backed it up, went off of first, but Keys backed it up. Runner to third. And now to bring up Destiny Dixon, the catcher. 11th at bat in this postseason for Dixon, 200 average, 2 runs batted in, 2 hits and scored a run. So Bama State, runner in scoring position, down a couple. Count is 0-2, 1 out. Prairie View awaits the winner of this game. 2 o'clock. Shot in the center, it's gonna drop for a base hit. RBI for Dixon, scoring DeRamus, and Bama State on the board. Two to 1 Jackson State. She just slapped it up the middle. They were playing medium depth. And just dropped it in front of Stewart. 2 to 1 is Bama State now on the board. 1 on, 1 out. Preston, 10th at bat, hitting .222 with an RBI, 2 hits and scored a run. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Count is 0-2. 2 to 1. Jackson State with the lead. Pitch is low, and a wild pitch. Dixon to second. So Bama State has the tying run in scoring position here with 1 out. Count is 1-2 to Preston. Called third strike on the inside corner. Two away for the shortstop, Morgan Gaither. Two out, runner at second. Ground ball to short on 2 hops. Inning over. But Bama State on the board, a run on 2 hits and 1 left. 1 in for the Hornets. 2 to 1 our score. Jackson State sent 5 to the plate in the first. They'll have 6, 7, and 8 coming up. Isis Taylor, Zoe Keys, and Rachel Barker, the third baseman, coming up here on the SWAC Digital Network.
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country, and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
Welcome back to Gulfport. Any information that you need to know on the 2022 SWAC softball tournament? Go to Tournament Central, SWAC.org. You can access game previews, photo galleries, team rosters, stats, live stats, links, and a lot more. SWAC.org. Looks like a good one brewing here. These two teams know each other well. Two Eastern Division rivals battling for the right to take on Prairie View in the finals. Isis Taylor at the plate for Jackson State. Taylor, 10th at bat, 333 with 3 runs batted in. 2-1 Jackson State. Taylor, a fly ball down the right side. It's going to drop foul down the right side. Wind blowing left to right. Would have landed foul. There's Dodd chasing. Count is 0-2. Pitch from Greenlee. Side. He's talking with Bama State coach Todd Bradley about the fact that Bailey Greenlee has thrown every pitch for your team. You concerned about that? And he says, yeah, we've got a quality bullpen behind her if she gets into trouble physically. She's told the staff that she feels good. He gets input from the trainers just to see how her body is. In other words, if she checks all the boxes, everybody's on board with where Bailey Greenlee is. And she says she feels good. She's ready to go. And, hey, the coaches are letting her make it happen. There's a foul straight back. Season obviously is on the line, so if she gets into some sort of trouble, and she's pitched every pitch for Bama State, so the bullpen is about as fresh as any bullpen. 1-2 the count. 2-1. Jackson State with the lead. Good battle here between Isis Taylor and Bailey Greenlee. Count is 1-2. SWAC softball tournament, just the uncertainty. The 2-1 seeds have been eliminated. Way out in front here. 1 out. Taylor way out in front. Let's just take a look at it here. Took something off of it. 1 out. Zoe Keys, the second baseman, stands in. Pitch strike called. Zoe Keys, 13th at bat, hitting .250 with 3 runs batted in. 3 hits, scored 2 runs. 1-1 the count. 2-1, Jackson State, top 2. Just misses. Jackson State clearly is a team that has found their groove at the plate. 1-1 the count, 1 out. And you talk to head coach Kevin Montgomery. There were some flashes of it early. Then late in the season, just couldn't buy a hit or a run. Changed the lineup. Moved Lauren Stewart to the leadoff, Stevens to second, and has paid dividends. Other than that Texas Southern 5-0 loss, the bats have come alive. 10 runs against Grambling. 8 runs against Texas Southern. 12 runs against Southern. That's 30 runs the last 3 games. Count is 2-2. For Alabama State, you talk with their head coach Todd Graham. He expects of Todd Bradley. You talked with Todd Bradley before the game. He said, it's softball. You had chances. You know, that 10th inning, you start with the runner at second. An error kind of opens the door. But he was very calm about it. It's like, you know, you just got to fight through that. You're still alive. You got another opportunity. So a 1-out walk to Keys. So Rachel Barker at the plate. Our first a good look at Barker for Jackson State. It's the pitch low, ball 1. Kevin Montgomery changing things up here, starting Barker at third. Pitch is low. So Rachel Barker, the 5'7" junior from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. 2-0 the count. This pitch fouled straight back. She had 55 at-bats during the season. A home run and 2 runs batted in. 2-1 the count. 1 out. Fly ball, and it just lands up against the padding down the right side. Count is 2-2. The number 8 hitter for Jackson State, Samaya Huckabee on deck. Bama State, the defending SWAC tournament champs. Shot in the center, and it's going to be caught on the run. Nice running catch by DeRamus in center field. It's a nice catch. I tell you, we've seen a lot of good plays defensively this entire week. And here's one right here. Ball just tailing away from her. She stayed with it. Samaya Huckabee, the shortstop for Jackson State. Hopper to third. Inning over. So that takes care of Jackson State here in the top of the second inning. Bama State is the home team. 2-1. Jackson State with Alex Massey, Rihanna Etchley, the left fielder, and Jada Gardner coming up here in the bottom of the second. Here on day 4, game 1, the SWAC softball tournament, right here on the SWAC Digital Network. Gatorade is a proud supporter of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. When you give everything, Gatorade gives it back. Life is a sport, drink it up. Gatorade is a proud supporter of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. With our statistician, Demetrius House, our producer, James Crenshaw, Charles Edmond here in Gulfport, Mississippi at the Gulfport Sportsplex. Winner of this game plays Prairie View in the championship round. The loser is eliminated. Alex Massey, the first baseman at the plate for Jackson State. Massey, 11th at bat, 200 her average, with 2 hits in this postseason. Pitch from Kuppenbinder. Fouls it off. Count is 1-1. Last night we just finished, trying to dodge a little bit of a few raindrops last night. We got it in. Count is 1-2. Hasn't been too bad in terms of the heat and humidity. It's typical for this time of year. It's going to be hot and humid, but not too bad. 1-2 the count. Massey tries to poke it in, the right does, and the throw to first, and it is too late. They had her played shallow. Massey is single to right. They had her played shallow on that side. And second baseman Keys just couldn't get there. And we're going to get a pinch runner here for Massey. Jamaica Flowers, the junior from Montgomery, Jeff Davis High School. Ariana Ashley, the senior from Millbrook, Alabama. West Georgia transfer. Ashley squaring the butt. Pitch is high. So Bama State trying to get some speed on the bases, and you're seeing that throughout. That's the theme, the one common theme throughout this whole tournament. Here's a bunt to first. The tag is there as Arredondo tags out Ashley. So it'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Jada Gardner. Hitting .400 in the postseason, 5 hits, scored 2 runs. So runner at second, 1 out, represents the tying run. Jackson State led 2-0 early. A triple by Stewart. Wild pitch brought her home. Then a sac fly by Guzman scored Stevens to put Jackson up 2-0. And Bama State comes right back with DeRamus, an infield single. Stole second. An RBI single by Dixon. Made it 2-1. And that's where we are right now. Bottom of the second inning. Flowers, the pinch runner at second. Trying to bunt her to third. Now she's got to protect the plate. Count is 0-2. For both these programs, you just look at their athletic departments. Jackson State Athletic Director Ashley Robinson, former SWAC basketball player at Mississippi Valley. Has a ground ball to short, looks to run it back to second. Too late there. So Gardner, a single. Now first and second for Bama State for the pitcher Bailey Greenlee. Bailey Greenlee. She's done all the pitching for Bama State in this tournament, and she's hitting .400 at the plate. Her 11th at bat, 4 hits, and she's driven in 3 runs. She has a chance to tie this game. So Jackson led 2-0. Bama State with a run in the first, and they have a chance to tie it up here in the second. Now Greenlee in the hole. Didn't exactly agree with that call. 0-2 the count. Count is 0-2. She's low. Played by the catcher Isabel Guzman. Count is 1-2. 2 on, 1 out for Bama State. Have to take it the other way and foul down the left side. Of course, at Jackson State, athletic director, former SWAC basketball player Ashley Robinson. And he's been an athletic director at 3 different SWAC schools. Mississippi Valley, athletic director at Prairie View, and now Jackson State. 1-2 the count. And just got a piece of it. Count remains 1-2. She's just got a piece of it. And Kevin Montgomery didn't like that call. Just got a piece of it and stayed alive as Bailey Greenlee. Count is 1-2. She is hit and loaded up. So 2 singles and a batter hit, and they're loaded up for Alabama State here in the second inning. Bases loaded, 1 out for Bama State. Flowers at third, Gardner at second. Pitcher Bailey Greenlee at first. Pitch to Doremus. Strike call. For Bama State, in the last 9 months, they hired their new athletic director, Dr. Jason Cable, former SWAC basketball player at Alcorn State University. There's a shot too short. Throw across is there. Run is in. Raymond's 6'3" RBI scores Flowers, and we got a tie game. So we're tied at 2. Second and third. Jasmine Dodd, the right fielder, grounded out her last time up. Jason Cable, Dr. Jason Cable, worked in compliance for the SWAC, was the assistant commissioner for the SWAC. Here's a shot to left, it's dropped and left. 1 run scores, 2 run score. Mari Stevens dropped the ball. That would have been the 3rd out. That was a slicing shot, caught and then dropped. Two-run score. It's 4-2, Bama State. I would have put Jackson State in the dugout. So Bama State, 3 runs, 2 hits, a batter hit, and an error. Infielders huddle up. So after trailing 2-0, Bama State has a 4-2 lead with Desiree Dixon coming to bat. Bama State Athletic Director Dr. Jason Cable, formerly Assistant Commissioner of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Director of Compliance at 2 SWAC schools, Jackson State and Alcorn. Pitch misses outside. So both athletic directors of these programs know the SWAC well. Want to know the count. Former SWAC athletes, 1-1 the count. So Bama State has rallied, has a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the second inning. Dixon, RBI single, made it 2-1, Jackson State. Now she was hit. Runners on at first and second. Time called. Head coach Kevin Montgomery will come out. Try to settle down Kuppenbender. I know that's what has happened around her. May be unnerving, and Coach Montgomery is saying, hey, you okay? Hey, let's get it back going here. And he probably feels like right now, the way his bat's been getting it done, you know, just get this third out, get in the dugout, and get the offense going again. It's probably what Kevin Montgomery's thinking. First of all, trying to settle down his pitcher, Macy Kuppenbender. 4-2, Bama State, 3-run second inning. DH Preston at the plate. Popped up. Should be the third out of the inning. Caught at second. Side is retired as Keys hauls it in. But Alabama State, 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 batters hit, an error, 1 left. We play 2. Winner to take on Prairie View. Next, the losers eliminated. When we come back, top 3 for Jackson State. Lauren Stewart, Mari Stevens, and Alexis Arredondo. 4-2, Bama State. 2022 SWAC softball tournament here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Building champions for life didn't just happen overnight. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC, has been in the forefront in leadership and excellence in all our athletic programs. There are very few major sports halls of fame that a SWAC athlete is not a member. Hall of Fame coaches who were stewards and mentors to these elite athletes. Our tradition, our distinction, our legacy. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Cricket is keeping you connected to the things that matter the most with the best plans, smile-worthy deals, and a reliable nationwide network. Visit your local Cricket store today. Jackson State trails 4-2. Inside, ball 1. Top of the lineup for Jackson State. Lauren Stewart tripled. Wild pitch brought her in. Mari Stevens, Alexis Arredondo to follow. Jackson once led 2-0. Now they trail 4-2. Talking with JSU head coach Kevin Montgomery, his team's been playing from the front, including in this game. Now they trail, and I think what he said was pretty appropriate. When you fall behind, the team that falls behind has a tendency to press a little bit, and Stewart, quick bat, fouls it off. She hit a home run yesterday. You think you can get it all back with one swing? Now we'll see how Jackson State handles this here, an elimination game, down in the top of the third inning by 2. Bailey Greenland's gone all the way through this tournament. There's a little flare. It's going to be a running catch at second. Jada Gardner ranging to her right. Maury Stevens stands in. Now, Coach Todd Bradley coming out. Gonna have his lineup card. Stevens stands in. 4-2 Bama State. The ground ball in the hole. It's going to be an infield single for Stevens. He's on base for the second time. Just found the hole. Gaither couldn't do anything with this one. Sometimes you just find the hole, and that's what happened right there. No way Gaither was going to be able to throw out Stevens there. Alexis Arredondo stands in, grounded to second her last time up. So Jackson State with a base runner here in the top of the third inning. 4-2, Bama State. Pitch strike called, 0-1. These two teams met 6 times during the year. These are Eastern Division rivals. Both coaches told me there are no secrets. We know them, they know us. Both coaches said the same thing, fastball inside. This tournament has featured the 2 number 1 seeds being eliminated. Yesterday, the number 1 seed in the West, Texas Southern, eliminated. Number 1 seed in the East, Bethune-Cookman, didn't play softball last year due to COVID. They were eliminated. First year in the conference. They were eliminated. Count is 2-1. 1 out. As head coach Todd Bradley was telling me, you know, it was just so tight that 2, 3, and 4 seeds. It's a 2-1. There's a bunt. And this is going to be too late. A bunt single for Arredondo. Now to bring up Isabel Guzman. Guzman at the plate. Sack fly. Put Jackson up 2-0. Now Guzman looking at a first and second, 1-out situation here in the third inning. And she was hit inside of the right knee. So the bases are loaded. Monica Serrano at the plate. Bases loaded, 1 out for Jackson State. So Jackson State led 2-0. Bama State with 4 unanswered, and now here comes Jackson State with an opportunity with the bases loaded, 1 out. Want to know the count. We've had 3 batters hit in this game. Might be the most in any game in the tournament I can remember. Time called. So just to recap, we started with 8 teams. Now we're down to 3. Day 2, Grambling, FAMU, were eliminated. FAMU, their first year in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. E3, you had Southern and Texas Southern get eliminated. So you're going to have 2 teams left after this game. Bama State, Jackson State meet for the 7th time this season. The winner of this game will play Prairie View at 2 o'clock. The Panthers have trailed in every game and have found a way to rally late, even in the 10th inning. Interesting dilemma for Bama State. Now, they do have the freshest bullpen because Bailey Greenlee has thrown every pitch for the Hornets in this tournament. And as Todd Bradley told me this morning, he said, we don't have an issue with going to our bullpen if needed. 1-0 the count. Serrano stands in. Stevens at third. Arredondo at second. Guzman at first. Base hit in the left field. Stevens scores. Arredondo held up. 4-3, Alabama State. She got a pitch to hit. So Isis Taylor, the DH, stands in. Bases remain loaded. Arredondo at third. Guzman at second. Serrano at first. 4-3, Bama State. Chance to tie it up for JSU or grab the lead with 1 out, bases loaded. It's going to be caught at first in foul territory. Alex Massey hauls it in. Bases loaded. 2 out. Zoe Keys stands in, walked her last time up. So Jackson State a run on 3 hits. Bases loaded. Pitch strike called. 0-1 the count. Four to 3, Bama State. Jackson State led 2-0, trail 4-2, now 4-3, bases loaded, 2 out. The number 7 hitter, Zoe Keys. Keys, the senior, this pitch strike call. Keys, the 5-foot senior from Bay Springs, Mississippi. Not too far from here. Count is 1-2. 2 out, bases loaded. Got away from Greenlee, rolled to first, rolled to home. Count is 3-2. Bases loaded. Up 2-2 the count. Now it's 3-2. Three and two the count. Everybody will get a lead off their respective bases. Here it comes. Got a tie game. 2 walks issued by Greenlee, 2 runs in for Jackson State, and we're tied at 4. Bases remain loaded for the third baseman, Rachel Barker, getting the start here in this championship round. A 4-4 game here in Gulfport. This is kind of what you expected, and you can just look at the numbers for these two teams. This is kind of what you'd expect between these two. They know each other well. Now the number 8 hitter Barker has to protect the plate. Oh, 0-2, 2 out. Here's the 0-2, fouled off. Count remains 0-2, 2 out, bases loaded. Top of the third inning, loser is eliminated. The winner to take on Prairie View. Game at 2 o'clock right here on the SWAC Digital Network. Here's the 0-2. Called, third strike, side is retired. But Jackson State sends 8 to the plate. 2 runs, 3 hits, a batter hit, 3 stranded. There's a walk in there as well. Back and forth we go to the bottom of the third inning. Bama State, Jackson State. Jackson led 2-0. Bama State led 4-2. Jackson has tied it up at 4. Bottom 3 coming up. Morgan Gaither, Alex Massey, and Ariana Ashley coming up after this on the SWAC Digital Network.
Building champions for life didn't just happen overnight. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC, has been in the forefront in leadership and excellence in all our athletic programs. There are very few major sports halls of fame that a SWAC athlete is not a member. Hall of Fame coaches who were stewards and mentors to these elite athletes. Our tradition, our distinction, our legacy. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Buick, the official SUV of the NCAA, is a proud supporter of the Southwestern Athletic Conference and historically black colleges and universities. Our producer on the SWAC Digital Network is James Crenshaw. Statistician, Demetrius House. I'm Charles Edmond. Glad you can join us here on day 4. We started with 8, down to 3, and when this is over, we'll be down to 2. 4-4 game in the third. That strike called. Jackson State trying to get to the championship game from the losers bracket. Jackson trying to become the second straight 4 seed out of the East to lose the first game of the tournament and make the championship game. Braves did it last year. Count is 0-2. Again, it just shows you how, the regular season is important. You got to win enough games to get here. Once you get here, as it's been told to me, all bets are off, and that one was right off the third base line. And Gaither, a long leadoff single for Alabama State. So Massey stands in. Alex Massey, the first baseman, singled to right. Flowers' pitch ran for her. Massey takes a pitch inside. One and on the count. 4-4 in the third inning. There's a bunt, fouled straight back. Massey just tried to move the runner along. Count is 1-1. 1-1 the count. Coach Todd Bradley flashes the sign. Massey gets it, stands in. Kuppenbender gets the sign from her dugout on the first base side. It's at her wrist. Brings home the 1-1. Chopper, it's fair, down the left side. Extra bases, perhaps. Nope. Right down the line. They had that defended as Stevens got it in quickly. So Gaither at second, Massey at first. Left fielder Ariana Ashley at the plate for Alabama State. 2 on, none out for the Hornets, so the Hornets coming right back. They trail 2-0. Led 4-2. Jackson tied it up, and the Hornets have 2 on, none out. The bunt, fielded at first, throws the second covering. The sack is good, moving Gaither to third, Massey to second. 3-4 sacrifice if you're scoring at home. And that will bring up the number 8 hitter, Jada Gardner. Gardner singled her last time up. So Alabama State second and third with 1 out. We're tied at 4. There's a ground ball to second. Oh, shortstop stumbles and the throw is too late. And now they've got the runner hung up at first. Here's the throw home, and that's too late. Everybody's safe. Tough break for Jackson State right there. Huckabee falls down. They had the runner at home. Cleat got caught up in the turf. A run scores there. And Massey scores. It's 6-4. Well, that's tough right there. I mean, Huckabee clearly had a play at home. Her left foot got stuck in the turf. She couldn't make the throw, a run in. And then another run scores for Bama State. They lead 6-4. Runner at second. Pitch misses. That's just a tough break for Jackson State. Count is 1-0. So Bama State leads by 2. It's pitch strike called. 6-4 here in the third inning, and now the runner to third. So Gardner takes third. You got to pay attention, obviously. She saw the opportunity and took it. 1-2 the count. 1 out. Runner at third. 6-4. Bama State, they're the home team. Winner of this game gets Prairie View. The loser's eliminated. Just misses. Count is 2-2. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Ground ball to first. Steps on the bag there, and the throw home too late. Run is in. Pitcher Bailey Greenlee. Gardner scores. And it's 7-4. Alabama State. Top of the lineup. And the speed of Gardner got her home. They tried to get it home quickly. There's a chopper right back to Kuppenbender. Side is retired. But Alabama State, 3 runs, 3 hits, an error, nobody left. We play 3 here in Gulfport. Jackson State once up 2-0, now down 7-4. Top of the 4 coming up, 9-1 and 2. Huckabee, Stewart, and Stevens coming your way here on the SWAC Digital Network.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
You know, he's always commissioner over me, you know that. Always commissioner. Nobody talks but him.
All right, welcome back. We are live here in Gulfport, the Gulfport Sportsplex. Glad you can join us. We've talked about it for the last 3 days. We interviewed Commissioner Dr. Charles McClellan. And day 1, he said there's going to be a long-term commitment here between the SWAC and the city of Gulfport to keep the tournament here. He did announce on Tuesday, in case you're just joining us, the 2023 SWAC baseball tournament will return to New Orleans at Wesley Barrow Stadium. There'll be some renovations and improvements to that facility as MLB, of course, they run that facility. There will be some improvements made, and the tournament will return to New Orleans next year. Of course, this year, week after next, Regents Park in Birmingham. Count is 0-2. As Huckabee stands in, grounded to third her last time up, fouls it back. 7-4, Alabama State with the lead, top of the 4th inning. Greenlee, 62 pitches so far. She's thrown every pitch in this tournament for Alabama State. There's the 0-2. There's a ground ball foul. The line score, 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Alabama State. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Jackson State. Jackson State scored 2 in the first. Alabama State with 1 in the second. They scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second. Atchie in left, hauls it in. Top of the lineup, Lauren Stewart tripled, flying to second. So Alabama State is out hit Jackson State 6-5, but 2 Jackson State errors have hurt their cause. Lauren Stewart, the center fielder. Ryan Stevens, the left fielder for Jackson State. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses. A couple of months, we'll have the 2022 SWAC Football Media Day in Birmingham. Sheridan in downtown Birmingham. Bunch of new coaches. Bunch of questions. Here's a base hit, no question about that. A single to left off the bat of Lauren Stewart. She's 2 for 3. Ari Stevens at the plate. She's been on base twice, an air and an infield single. Well, Jackson State's been scoring a ton of runs of late, and they're going to need some runs here in this one. They're down 7-4. Pitch from Greenlee. Riser is high. You have to wonder, I mean, of course, don't know what's going to happen, but if Alabama State does win this game, would Bailey Greenlee get the start in the championship game? I think I can remember one other team in which they used one pitcher the whole tournament. This has popped up on the infield. Caught at second by Gaither. And they bring up Alexis Arredondo. Bunt single and grounded to second. Two out, runner at first. Arredondo fouled it straight back. Oh, 1 the count. Alabama State with a 7-4 lead in the 4th inning. There's a shot in the left center. It's going to be caught by Ashley. Side is retired. So a single and 1 left. We go to the home half of the 4th inning. Jasmine Dodd, Destiny Dixon, and Alex Preston coming up. Bottom of the 4th inning in this elimination game. Bama State by 3 here on the SWAC Digital Network. Day 4, game number 13 of the 2022 SWAC Softball Tournament. SWAC Digital Network bringing you wall-to-wall coverage here from Gulfport. Bottom of the 4th inning. 2, 3, and 4. Jasmine Dodd leading it off. This is outside. Dodd grounded out, reached on an error. 7-4, Bama State with the lead. The winner of this game will play Prairie View at 2 o'clock. Fly ball slicing and drops. Huckabee. Stevens couldn't catch up with it. Count is 1-1. One and one the count. Prairie View Panthers await the winner of this game. Pitch is outside, and this is a true double elimination tournament. So the Panthers will await the winner of this game. If they lose this game at 2 o'clock, then we'll come back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. for a winner-take-all. On a different format in baseball, you've got the bracket winners, then you got one game for the title. Softball, true double elimination. 3-1 the count. We'll be in Birmingham in a couple of weeks for the 2022 SWAC baseball tournament at Regents Park. 7-4 here, Bama State. Leadoff walk to Dodd. Destiny Dixon, single hit by a pitch. Bama State, team that typically, with solid pitching and defense, keeps the score low, but they've got 7 runs in this game. See how they play this with sacrifice here. With Dodd at first. Yep, she squared, lays it down, fielded at third. The throw to second covering is there. 5-4 sacrifice. Dixon with the sack, Dodd to second. Alex Preston stands in. Struck out, flied out. Strike called 0-1. Jackson State trying to get out of this inning. Bama State trying to add to their lead, which is 7-4 at the moment. AC Kuppenbender's gone all the way for Jackson State. Now Kuppenbender ahead in the count. 0-2. Prairie View awaits the winner. Prairie View's had to win a couple of come from behind wins. Bethune-Cookman the other night. And they beat this Alabama State team in 10 innings. Count is 1-2. One out. Bama State for the 3-run lead. Runner at second, one out. Chopper to second, runner to third. So a chopper to shortstop for Alabama State. And we've got a runner at third as the shortstop for Jackson State, Huckabee. Throws out Preston. And now to bring up Gaither, 1 for 2. Strike called. Gaither grounded to short, singled. Has a chance to put Bama State up by 4 runs. Right now it's 7-4 Hornets. Count is 1-1. There's a ground ball off of first. Run is in. Bama State with an 8-4 lead. A single by Gaither, scoring Dodd. As you can see right here, it was off of first. Second baseman Keys already committed more towards her left. So when it went left, when it was off the glove of first, there was a hole there and a run scores. Here's a shot off of third to short, and this throw is high. Runner to third, runner to second. 8-4, Alabama State. So ground ball off of third to short, and the throw was high. As Massey takes second, Gaither to third. 8-4, Alabama State with the lead. Now the errors and just some well-placed balls. I think that's, soft as they say, that's whatever sport. Sometimes you just find the holes. Tough shot off of first. Second baseman covering in the hole. That ball wound up where she vacated. Another hard hit ball. So Bama State with an 8-4 lead. And the number 8 hitter Gardner at the plate. There's a ground ball to short. Bobble for a moment, the throw low, and she's out at first. Side is retired. But Bama State adds to their lead, and it's 8-4. We go to the 5th inning. And when we come back, we'll have 4, 5, and 6. And, well, we've got a review here. Todd Bradley wants a review. You get 2 challenges. That's close. The umpires, by the way, on those bang-bang plays, it's all about sound. You hear that ball hit the glove, and you're looking at the foot on the base. So they're taking a look at it here. The extension. There's got to be something there to overturn the call, and she is out. Side is retired. So we'll take a break here. 8-4, Bama State. Jackson State will have Guzman Serrano and Isis Taylor. 4, 5, and 6 coming up after this on the SWAC Digital Network. Cricket is keeping you connected to the things that matter the most with the best plans, smile-worthy deals, and a reliable nationwide network. Visit your local Cricket store today. Isabel Guzman leads it off. Sack fly that made it 2-0 Jackson State. She was hit by a pitch, which is low from Greenlee, who has gone all the way for Alabama State. She has thrown every pitch for her team for 4 days. 1-0 the count. It's the 1-0. Foul off to the right side, 1-1. One and one the count. Well, this is not unusual. Bailey Greenlee, or Alabama State pitcher, pitching the entire tournament. Last year, Skylar Sullivan pitched the entire tournament for Bama State. Here's a ground ball to second. 1 out. So even though you might think it's unusual in most sense, for Bama State, Skylar Sullivan pitched the entire tournament last year for Bama State. Appreciate the good work of some folks giving me that information. So Serrano stands in. RBI single made it 4-3. So my guess is that unless, and right now it's a 4-run lead, unless Jackson State puts a serious charge in this thing, Bailey Greenlee will be the only one throwing the softball for Bama State. Here's the 0-1. Right down the middle, 0-2. Top of the 5th inning. Eight to 4. Hits are even at 6. But Jackson State's committed 4 errors. This pitch is low. 1-2. 1-2 the count, 1 out. Jackson State's got some work to do here. Down 4 runs. The winner of this game plays Prairie View at 2 o'clock. The loser is eliminated. Here's the 1-2. Misses. 2-2. Top of the 5th inning. Is the 2-2 pitch. Popped up, shallow right center. It's going to be a catch and a drop in right. And the runner to second is Serrano. That was almost a heck of a catch by Dodd in right. So we look at the replay. Isis Taylor stands in for Jackson State. So look at the replay. Almost a heck of a running catch. When her glove hit the turf, the ball came out. Here's a 1-hopper to second. Runner to third. So Serrano at third. So Zoe Key's been on base twice. She's walked twice. 8-4. Alabama State. 5th inning, 2 out, runner at third. There's a ground ball, base hit left field. Serrano scores. Keys stays at first, an RBI single by Zoe Keys scores Serrano, and it's 8-5. Eight to 5. Rachel Barker at the plate. Barker, the number 8 hitter, getting the start here in this day 4, game number 13. Barker 0 for 2, fly to center, struck out. She was going for the fences right there. Number 9 hitter, Huckabee on deck. 8-5. Jackson State still plugging away, still battling here. Top of the 5th inning. One and one the count. 2 out. Bama State 8, Jackson State 5. Bailey Greenlee brings it home. Just missed. 2-1. Greenlee was wondering where was that pitch. High. 2-1. Greenlee shakes her head. She thought it would be 1-2. Instead, it's 2-1. Popped up, shallow left, and a diving catch in center. Another good play. DeRamus hauls it in. So a run on 2 hits and 1 stranded. Jackson State hanging around. Bama State with a 3-run lead with 8, 9, and 1. Jayla Gardner, Bailey Greenlee, and top of the lineup, Kendall DeRamus coming up from Gulfport. We'll be back here on the SWAC Digital Network.
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country, and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
We go to the home half of the 5th inning. Glad you can join us. Wall-to-wall coverage of the 2022 SWAC softball tournament here from Gulfport, Mississippi at the Gulfport Sportsplex. The second baseman, Jada Gardner, leading it off, followed by the pitcher, Bailey Greenlee, and the center fielder, Kendall DeRamus. And now we have a pitching change for Jackson State. Victoria Salazar, the sophomore from Phoenix, on the mound for Jackson State. For Kevin Montgomery, he's rolling the dice, hoping that Salazar can keep it close. 0-1 the count. Slapped in the left for a base hit. Jada Gardner, the number 8 hitter, 3 for 3. Victoria Salazar, third appearance in the tournament, has pitched 8 innings. So pitcher Bailey Greenlee at the plate. Now what's helped Bama State offensively is this pitch is high. They've had the leadoff batter on in each of the first 5 innings in this game. In the first, DeRamus led off with a single. In the second, Massey led off with a single. In the third, Gaither led off with a single. Here's a drag bunt, Salazar fields. And it's 1-4 on the sack. So Gardner to second. In the third inning, Gaither singled to lead it off. In the fourth, Dodd walked to lead it off. And in the fifth, Gardner singled. When you get the leadoff batter on, you can make a lot of things happen. And Alabama State has done that to lead off each of the first 5 innings. Pitch strike called to Doremus. She's 1 for 3. Infield single, stole a base, grounded to short and back to the pitcher. 0-1 the count. 8-5, Bama State. Jackson State just trying to hang in. Pitch from Salazar. Dribbler to first, runner to third, 2 out. Redondo taps the bag. Amos is out, but Gardner is at third, and now Jasmine Dodds. Been on base twice, reached on an error and walked. 8-5, Bama State. This is a big inning here for Jackson State, just to keep a run off the board, maybe give them a little bit of momentum. Which is inside, ball 1. Bama State has scored runs in every inning in this game. Here's the 1-0 to Hopper to first, stepping on the bag. Side is retired. So, for the first time in this game, Alabama State is kept off the board. So now top of the 6th coming up for Jackson State, 9-1-2. Huckabee, Stewart, Stevens. The winner of this game will play Prairie View at 2 o'clock. The losers eliminated. Top 6 coming up after this on the SWAC Digital Network.
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
We go to the top of the 6th inning. The loser of this game, their season is over. The winner moves on to take on Prairie View. 8-5 Bama State. 8 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Hornets. 5 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors for Jackson State. Put a circle around those 4 errors as a difference maker in this game. Bailey Greenlee has gone all the way this entire tournament for Bama State. The number 9 hitter, the shortstop, Samaya Huckabee, leading it off. She grounded to third and flied to left. She's 0 for 2. Pitch is high. Jackson State actually got off to a fast start again. Leadoff triple by Stewart. An error, sac fly. Wild pitch brought home Stewart as she tripled. 1-0 JSU. A sac fly made it 2-0. Here's the 2-0. Hopper to second, throws low, but out. from Jada Gardner. Lauren Stewart stands in for Jackson State. Lauren Stewart, the grad student from Alpharetta, Georgia, South Carolina transfer. She's 2 for 3, triple and single. There's a fly ball deep left field. Actually hauls it in, 2 away. It'll bring up the left fielder, Mari Stevens. Reached on an error, infield single. Fly to second. Stevens, just a freshman from Bartow, Florida. Pitch is low. Talking with JSU head coach Kevin Montgomery, one thing he did talk about is the youth of his infield. And you know, the only way you're going to get better is with experience. So you're throwing them into the fire. He felt like last year the inexperience was a big factor. This year he feels like he's young. And just trying to put him in that situation again. It's 2-0 the count. Pitch is high. 7th meeting between these two teams. Count is 3-0. 8-5, Alabama State. Strike called, 3-1. Jackson State with a base runner here in the 6th. They'll bring up Alexis Arredondo. Arredondo, butt single, grounded to second, fly to left. She's 1 for 3. 2-out runner at first. The potential tying run in the on-deck circle. Count is 1-0. Time called. I think for Bama State, just trying to slow this thing down. If anything, this will give Greenlee a chance to catch a little bit of a break. Again, she has thrown every pitch for her team this entire tournament. 1-0 the count. One and 0 the count. 8-5. Bama State. Pitch is high. 2-0. Two and 0, 2 out, runner at first, 3-run lead. Pitch strike call, 2-1. Two and 1 the count. Count is even, 2-2. All the bats for Jackson State going into this game. 30 runs scored in the last 3 games. Started out 2-0. Bats have definitely cooled. They need to get hot again. Jackson State's down to their last 4 outs. 2-2 the count, 2 out. 8-5, Alabama State. The losers eliminated. The winner takes on Prairie View at 2 o'clock. Here's a base hit center field. Runner to third. First and third, Jackson State. Stevens to third. Single by Arredondo. Now Isabel Guzman stands in. 2 out, 2 on. Tying run coming to the plate for Jackson State. Todd Bradley coming out. We'll take a break here. 2 on, 2 out. Big part of this game coming up in the 6th inning here on the SWAC Digital Network.
In 1920, an athletic league was formed and slowly became one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics, the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Today, the SWAC is looking towards the next century, growing, supporting, and transforming our intercollegiate sports activities for student athletes and promoting academic excellence. Each SWAC member institution represents a high level of integrity and sportsmanship. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
Todd Bradley to the mound. Bailey Greenlee stays in. Guzman at the plate. Representing the tying run, 8-5, Bama State. Two-out action for Jackson State. Stevens walked, Arredondo singled, and head coach Kevin Shaky Montgomery. Coach Montgomery was asked the other day, why they call you Shaky? You wouldn't go there. 0-1 the count. We got a pinch runner for Arredondo. Brianna Kimber, the freshman. Tying run at the plate. First and third. Strike called. 0-2. Last year, Alabama State pitcher went all the way, Skylar Sullivan, to win the championship. In 2022, Bailey Greenlee has gone all the way the entire tournament for Bama State. Chopper to second. And is there a runner interference here? And now the second base umpire says nothing. So now they're going to talk about this. As you see the replay, a high chopper. Oh, that's a close play there. And she's out. The side is retired. So runner interference. Kevin Montgomery is in shock. And the side is retired. So we'll take a break here. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 8-5. Alabama State. We'll take a break. We'll be right back from Gulfport here on the SWAC Digital Network.
The SWAC, considered the premier HBCU conference in the country and currently ranks among the elite conferences in the nation. With this list of 12 elite schools, each contributing to the growth of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Academically, competitively, and athletically to become the preeminent conference in the nation. The SWAC, building champions for life.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. That last call can be challenged, but head coach Kevin Montgomery chooses not to challenge it. We were just told that moments ago. Destiny Dixon at the plate. Dixon sacrificed, singled, and was hit by a pitch. Salazar, the 2nd inning of work. 8-5. Well, the job is simple for Salazar. She's got to keep Bama State right where they are. It's pitch strike called. 1-1 the count. 8-5. One and one the count. Fly ball shallow left, and it's going to be caught at short by Huckabee. Alex Preston, the DH. She's 0 for 3. Grounded to short, fly to second, and struck out. Morgan Gaither on deck. Gaither 2 for 3. Is the pitch outside. Jackson State down to their last 3 outs. They lost to Texas Southern, eliminated Grambling, TSU, and Southern to get here. Fly ball left center. It's got to be caught by Stevens. Quickly 2 away. That'll bring up Morgan Gaither. 2 for 3. Two out. Pitch misses, ball 1. 8-5, Alabama State over Jackson State. The loser is eliminated. The winner will play Prairie View. True double elimination. That means the Panthers have to be knocked out twice. Whoever wins this game moves on. They'll take on Prairie View. And if that team beats Prairie View, then we'll be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. 2-0 the count. 8 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Bama State. 5 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors for Jackson State. The 4 errors, put a circle around that. Count is 2-1. Salazar taking the place of Macy Kuppenbinder. Two and 1 the count. Fly ball, right center. Inning over. So Salazar does her job. Now it's up to Jackson State's bats that's been so effective the last 3 games, scoring 30 runs the last 3 games. They need 3 runs in this inning, at least. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Top of the 7th inning. The losers eliminated. The winner to take on Prairie View. Jackson State in the top of the 7th inning. We'll have Serrano, Taylor, and Keys, 5, 6, and 7 coming up after this here on the SWAC Digital Network.
Building champions for life didn't just happen overnight. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC, has been in the forefront in leadership and excellence in all our athletic programs. There are very few major sports halls of fame that a SWAC athlete is not a member. Hall of Fame coaches who were stewards and mentors to these elite athletes. Our tradition, our distinction, our legacy. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
We go to the top of the 7th. Here is the situation. 8-5, Bama State top of the 7th inning. The loser of this game is eliminated. If Jackson State does not score at least 3, they are eliminated. Bama State would play Prairie View. But we've got the 7th coming up here. 8-5. Pitch is high, ball 1. Monica Serrano. That last inning was huge. There was a runner's interference in which the runner was called out to end the inning. What we've been told, that is a challengeable play, but it was not challenged. Pitch strike called. Head coach has to challenge that play. Was kind of expecting Kevin Montgomery to challenge it. He didn't. Count is 1-1. There's a fly ball, right center field. Caught in center by DeRamus. 1 out. Prairie View awaits the winner of this game. True double elimination. Prairie View has to lose twice. So if the Panthers lose this next game at 2, we'll be back here tomorrow at 11 for a winner-take-all. Isis Taylor fouled out, struck out, grounded out, 0 for 3. Bailey Greenlee going all the way, well over 100 pitches in this game. She has pitched every pitch in this tournament. They have not made a pitching change, and it was the same last year with Skylar Sullivan. Now ball is short. Throw low, but out, 2 away. So 2 away. It'll be up to Zoe Keys. Singled, walked twice. It's pitch strike called. But Jackson State There's a ground ball too short. The throw across is there. And Alabama State has eliminated Jackson State. So the Lady Hornets bounce back from the tough loss to Prairie View, and they will look at Prairie View again. And again, Prairie View controls the bracket. Prairie View has to lose twice to lose the championship. So Bama State eliminates Jackson State 8-5. The line score 8 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Bama State. 5 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors for Jackson State. And coming up next, Bama State, Prairie View. That game scheduled to start at 2 o'clock. If Bama State beats Prairie View today, we'll be back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. If Prairie View wins this game today, they win the SWAC Tournament Championship. So that'll do it. We have been through 13 games, and now we're down to 2. We started with 8, we're down to 2. Prairie View, Bama State, coming up at 2 o'clock here on the SWAC Digital Network. For our producer, James Crenshaw, and our statistician, Demetrius House, congratulations, Jackson State staving off elimination. They fall short here by the final score of 8-5. It's Prairie View, Bama State, coming up at 2 o'clock here on the SWAC Digital Network. I'm Charles Edmond. We'll talk to you at 2 o'clock.